Chào mừng quý vị đến với tạp chí bóng đá Việt Nam. Trong chương trình tuần này, chúng ta sẽ cùng đến với câu chuyện về những tiền vệ đang thi đấu tại V-League. Stefan Mauk là bản hợp đồng chất lượng của Công an Hà Nội. Không nhiều ngoại binh Australia tìm kiếm cơ hội ở môi trường bóng đá Việt Nam. Vậy tại sao anh lại chọn bến đỗ là đội bóng của ngành lực lượng vũ trang? Lương Hoàng Nam thì lại khác. Anh có xuất phát điểm như mơ, nhưng chặng đường phát triển lên chuyên nghiệp thì thực sự lại chông chênh. Phải đến khi cập bến Hải Phòng, anh mới tìm lại được bầu trời và cảm hứng chơi bóng.
Every professional player goes through extremely difficult times. Probably the most difficult time for me was when I was in Holland playing for NEC Nijmegen, and I didn't play a lot of football there. It was a really big challenge mentally off the field and on the field, and I started to maybe not enjoy football as much. Went back to Australia and still struggled to find the enjoyment for probably another 1 or 2 seasons. Adelaide is my home, but I've always been a player that wants to challenge myself. And I guess experience new environments, and coming to Vietnam is different from Australia, different from Japan, different from Netherlands where I'd played.
It was nice to see him playing again for another Asian team, and it was good to see him in a new environment. It was just good to see him happy again.
Hello, I am Stefan Mauk. I am 29 years old from Australia, playing for Công an Hà Nội. And then I had an agent message me from Vietnam, who he used to live in Australia, so he'd seen me play before, and yeah, it was through Instagram. And then once we started to speak, he said that there's a couple clubs that are interested. A lot of it depends around the Asian Champions League, if they need players for this, so Nam Dien and obviously Công an Hà Nội, and once Công an Hà Nội. Yeah, I was really undecided if I wanted to come, because moving my family here is a big decision. Adelaide is my home, but I've always been a player that wants to challenge myself and I guess experience new environments, and coming to Vietnam is different from Australia, different from Japan, different from Netherlands where I'd played, so this is what I was most excited about.
When Stefan told me about the offer from Hanoi Police, I didn't know what to think, because I've never been to Vietnam, and he wanted to know if I was okay with it, if it was a good move for our family, and we really had to think. But Stefan was so excited about the move, and we did some research about where we would live and what life would look like, and I said, if you want to go, let's go. Orlando, our son, he is not 2 yet, so he doesn't really understand what was happening. He was sad when Stefan went to the airport, but he didn't really, I don't think he understood until maybe Stefan didn't come back for a few days, and that's when he really started to miss him. But we would explain and say, Dada's in Vietnam, we're going to go visit him soon, we'll go live in Vietnam.
You know, the thing that excited me the most was coming to one of the big clubs here, with, you know, a lot of history, and playing especially in the Champions League. You know, my first week here we won the Super Cup, which was a good way to start my career, even though I couldn't play in this game. You know, there's pressure playing for a big club, but I think as a player this is what you want. You want to play in the big games. I think I'm an intelligent player. I like to play 1 or 2 touch and be aggressive with the ball to try and score, and then defend. and everybody seems to get along really well.
Tất nhiên thì vấn đề về ngoại ngữ cũng là một rào cản của bọn em với anh Mốc, mà bọn em thì sẽ cố gắng nhìn nhận và học hỏi những người nước ngoài về đây. Người ta có cầu thủ chất lượng, người ta có chuyên môn tốt và bọn em cần phải học hỏi.
Yeah, I did. I remember there was a couple of really good players for Vietnam in this age group. He's a little bit younger than me, but he played in this game. I think he maybe scored. So yeah, I knew about him. I didn't realize how big of a superstar he was until coming to Vietnam. And yeah, I just obviously said hello, and then I asked him about this, Australia game. So yeah, he's a really humble guy, nice guy, a good captain, and an amazing player. So maybe 7 or 8 years ago, we played this match in China, I think it was, and now we're playing together in Vietnam. That's just the way football is. It brings people together.
Trước khi sang Việt Nam thi đấu, sự nghiệp của Stefan Mauk đối diện với không ít sóng gió. Quãng thời gian thi đấu ở châu Âu là những ngày tháng đầy dẫy những áp lực với chàng tiền vệ sinh năm 1995 và thậm chí khiến anh hoài nghi về chính bản thân mình.
Yeah, I think every professional player goes through extremely difficult times. Probably the most difficult time for me was when I was in Holland playing for NEC Nijmegen, and I didn't play a lot of football there. It was a really big challenge mentally, off the field and on the field, and I started to maybe not enjoy football as much after this, and then went back to Australia and still struggled to find the enjoyment for probably another 1 or 2 seasons. So yeah, it's something I think I'm more mature now. I understand to separate, me as a football player and me as a person is two very different things. So you can't always play well. You're going to make mistakes, you will lose games, but that doesn't mean you have to be, in a bad mood or upset off the field. And I think the best thing for that is having a child, because my son, he doesn't care if I win or lose or play well. So that's part of being a footballer. You have to learn to handle these difficult situations. 2 months has been really good. Everybody back in Australia says that it looks like I'm just on a holiday here because of the videos that I'm putting up, and I think the lifestyle is amazing. It is very relaxing. I think the first probably week or two is always a really big adjustment. Australia to Vietnam is a lot you need to get used to. The weather, obviously everything is a different language. Going to the shops is difficult. So I find a place to live here. Eco Park is a great place to live. I know what supermarkets to go to. I know how to get the Grab taxi. I can get a bank account. Then I can settle in a lot more and explore, which I've tried to do as much as I could. Without my family being here, I've had more time. Tried to explore in Hanoi as much as I can. I went to Da Nang for a couple of days as well. So yeah, so far I've really enjoyed it, and there's so much more to experience, I think. Yeah, I guess the only thing I can do is try and call them on FaceTime. This is really the only thing that you're able to do. And I guess the next best thing is trying to stay busy. So if we're not training or playing games, then I've been going into the city to explore, and I love coffee, different coffee shops. I'm trying to get better on Instagram and TikTok, so making some videos. I probably started just this last maybe 9 months. I just use CapCut. I think this makes it quite simple. I would love to get better, or maybe I need to try and find someone here in Vietnam who can edit videos better for me, because I have a lot of good ideas. It's not the same as being with your family, but it's been nice to have some time to myself as well.
It brought back a lot of memories when he played in Japan. So I think it was nice to see him playing again for another Asian team, and it was good to see him in a new environment. So it was just good to see him happy again.
Yeah, now they're here, so it will take them 1 or 2 weeks to settle in. But I think there's a lot to experience. You know, we are so close, obviously, to Halong Bay, Ninh Binh. Sapa is not too far, I don't think. So there's so many different places we can go and visit. Obviously, in the city centre here in Hanoi, we want to go to Ocean Park, Phuoc. I think is another place we would love to go and visit when we can, because we love the beach. And one day, Orlando, our son, will be able to tell people that he lived in Vietnam.
What do I have to say to my husband? I'm so proud of you. This is a big move. It's a big responsibility to take your family overseas, and he's done everything to help us. He set up the house, he's done everything, so I'm very, very proud of him.
I'll always cherish, and I hope I'll end my career with Adelaide United. That's my plan. Sometimes it won't work out like this with a fairy tale finish. We've come for one season, obviously, but the intention is to stay here longer, as long as the club is happy with me and wants to kind of continue on. You know, I didn't want to just come here for 1 year. I wanted to come here for quite a few years to make I guess a new chapter in my life. Playing for a team like Công an Hanoi, there's a lot of pressure because we play in 4 competitions or 5 competitions this season, but it's a good pressure, and I hope to continue on here with the club past this first season.